You can see that sketch 1 has appeared over in the design tree. I can view sketch 1, or really the entire model, from different angles by center clicking and then toggling my mouse around, just sort of dragging it around while holding on to the center click button. See from different angles. I can also zoom in or zoom out with the scroll wheel. If it ever gets completely out of view and lost, I can press this refit tool and it'll zoom right back. Now to make this section 3D, remember this sketch right now is just in 2 dimensions. I need to apply a feature. There's a couple features that we'll use in this series. The one I'll show right now is called Extrude. The Extrude tool basically just squeezes material or pushes material through the shape that you've sketched, and you'll easily be able to see that through this preview. So I clicked on the Extrude tool, and I'm getting a yellow preview of what the extrusion will be like. It shows me the value of the extrusion, or how tall it is. I can adjust that dynamically with this drag bar just by clicking on it and dragging it up and down. I can also change the value in this field in what's called the dashboard. This area up here will have all of the information and options available for the extrusion that I'm working on, and I can change those here. So if I wanted to change the height of it to 100 millimeters, which Pro Engineer is always set to millimeters by default, click that, type that in, enter, and change to 100 millimeters. I can always make adjustments to it. There are other types of adjustments we won't go into now, but that become important later in the design process. So just as with the sketch, we have to check in or save the progress on our features. So I'll click the green check mark. You can see now the feature has been applied and it's part of our model. We have a 3D solid shape, and the extrusion is now part of our design tree. If we expand the extrusion, you can see that sketch 1 is kind of the parent of extrude 1. That just means that sketch 1 came first, and extrude 1 is kind of looking at sketch 1 to know what it should be like. It's the parent-child relationship that you might have heard about in Pro Engineer, which isn't essential to teach, but it's kind of it's a good thing to know about. That's the last thing I'm going to show right now. There's going to be a lot of other details, but that's the general design workflow. You need to start a file, name it. That's the first thing. Second, you need to select a datum or a work plane. In other words, a place for your sketch to exist. Next, you need to sketch using the Sketcher environment and the various sketch tools. Fourth, you have to apply a feature or make it 3D. Those are going to be common steps throughout all of the design process that we use for these various models.